everybody and welcome to another video on my channel PokePidge. There are millions of Pokemon fans all around the world, myself included, and there are also millions of Beatles fans around the world. If you put those two together in a Venn diagram of Pokemon and Beatles, the cross section in the middle will be very slim. Recently I have been playing through my Pokemon Shield Go-Lock and I have encountered a fair few Beatles references in that game. For those of you unfamiliar with the Beatles, firstly, what the hell? Seriously? Secondly, they were a music band from... No. Yes, a music band. They weren't just a band, they were a music band. They were a band from the 60s and they included members John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr. They were the biggest thing in music in the 60s for the 8 to 10 years they were active and arguably still the greatest band to have ever existed. Although some hardcore Queen fans are going to have something to say about that. So how on earth is a music band from the 60s making its way into Pokemon? Specifically from a game from 2019, which is around 50 years after the Beatles actually broke up? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. Without further ado, these are all references to the Beatles in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Firstly, we have to go to Hullbury. Now, Hullbury itself is based off of Liverpool, with its ports and many connections like that, including the two statues of Toxtricity, which are a direct reference to the Liver statues that you have in Liverpool. Why is this so important, I hear some of you ask? Well, the Beatles are actually from Liverpool. It also links to the music from this town, which is very disjointed if you just listen to it and see a port town. It doesn't really match the location. However, if you keep in mind the 60s rock style, the Hullbury music actually does sort of make sense. Have a quick listen. Pokemon Sword and Shield also has its own band. They are called the Maximizers and it consists of Obstagoon, two forms of Toxtricity in its amped form and low key form, which are obviously based off of a bass and a lead guitar respectively, and also Rillaboom as a drummer. The Beatles also had only 4 members and the instruments that they are referencing in the Maximizers are very much similar. I assume the Maximizers have some great hits out there. For example, All You Need Is Love Disc, With a Little Skrelp from My Friends, and I Am the Walrein. Not only are the Maximizers actually based off of the Beatles, you can actually find them in Hullbury after you've completed the game. They will then play their end credit song again for you in a sort of concert style, and I don't think it's a coincidence that they've been placed in Hullbury, the place based off of the Beatles. While we're in Hullbury though, well, to be honest, every single one of these references are in Hullbury, so let's just stay there. It is also the location of the Water-type gym. Now, the Water-type gym itself is not a direct reference to the Beatles in any way whatsoever. However, the gym trainers in the gym challenge beforehand definitely reference the Beatles. You first challenge Julia. Now, Julia is an actual song title from the double album The Beatles, which is also known as the White Album. So obviously we have a link here already. But not only that, Julia uses a Timpole. Now, Timpole has nothing to do with the Beatles. However, it does have something to do with music. For example, its Pokedex entries from Sword and Shield directly reference music. In Shield, the Dex entry says it uses sound waves to communicate with others of its kind. And in Sword it says, graceful ripples across the water's surface are a sure sign that Timpole are singing in high-pitched voices below. Like I say, this Timpole isn't a connection to the Beatles specifically, but it is a connection to music. The second trainer you battle in this gym challenge is called Heather. Now, many of you will be aware, but for those of you that aren't, Heather Mills is an ex-wife of Paul McCartney, a member of the Beatles. That's pretty much it for the name linking. However, the Pokemon she uses are Krabby and Corphish. Now, this could be a reference to a famous piece of art by John Lennon, a member of the Beatles, called Crab's Crabbing. Now, I do admit this one is a bit of a coincidence, but I think the fact that Heather is using Krabby and Corphish, which are based off of a crab and a lobster respectively, and a link to John Lennon's Crab Crabbing, there is something there at least. Finally, you battle a trainer called Lynn. Now, Lynn, the name itself, not really much of a link there. However, Linda McCartney, is another ex-wife of Paul McCartney. Now, this isn't a 100% link, but I think the fact that they are called Lynn and Linda is an ex-wife of Paul McCartney is enough for me to use that as a suggested link. In terms of the Pokemon she uses a Tootle and a Remoraid, and I'm not entirely sure how they link to music or the Beatles at all, so I'm just going to forget those. And that is also all the links I have between the Beatles and Pokemon. Like I say, the Venn diagram of Beatles and Pokémon in the middle is very slim, but I think I have found a perfect mix of things there. Can you think of any other references between them? Please let me know down below. If I'm wrong with any of my facts, also please let me know in the comments down below. That'd be appreciated. But until next time, thank you for watching this video linking the Beatles and Pokémon Sword and Shield. It's a really weird link, but hey, there is one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.